Hello everyone, welcome to Marlin Chess Keys. Today I'm going to show you the game played by Rene and Felix. The game starts with knight to f3, knight f6, c4, g6, knight c3, bishop g7, e3. And now the white is planning to move the pawn forward and attack the knight. And d6 was played to prevent the e5. Then d4, bring out another pawn to the center square and with the idea of pushing the pawn onwards. Then castling from the black. So in this early stage of the opening, you can see that the white is hardly control the center 4 square, where the pawn can attack many of the square in the rank 5. In this white is slightly better in the opening. Then bishop to d3 keep on developing, and the black play knight to a6, h3 was played, e5 was played, and now the white push d5 to push almost and pressure the king, and now knight to c5, then bishop to c2 and a5 from the black, then bishop develop to e3 attacking the knight, and now knight to h5. So this is the first 10 move that you can see that not much any changes, and only the position in this situation is equal. Then the white continue to make a short castling. Then the knight now come to f4, and with the idea can attack the pawn at g2 and also attack the pawn at h3 again. Knight to f4, then king to h2 to prevent if the black sacrifice the knight, then the king at least can grab back the pieces. And then the black play b6, continue, the white continue to develop and play rook to e1 and bishop to d7, g1, and bring up the pieces to protect the h3 pawn if the black want to make a sacrifice. Then now the black continue to attack by playing f5. So you bring up the rook into the action, and also the rook can attack the f2 pawn, and g3 was played. And now the white capture the f5 pawn, he takes f5. If you capture with, if the black capture with the bishop, for example, bishop takes f5, then the bishop will capture back the bishop. Bishop takes f5, and after rook takes f5, then you got a g4 attack the knight and the rook, and this is the fork. So if the bishop capture, and if you capture with the pawn, g takes f5, then the queen will capture the knight, queen takes h5. White is winning. So e takes f5 is a strong move, therefore this pawn cannot be captured, and the black continue to play queen f6. Then this will allow the bishop to capture the pawn. So In this game, in order to avoid the pawn being captured by the black, the white play pawn takes g6. And this move is one of the tactical blunder, because after the pawn capture, then the black is winning the game and mate in 3. I give you a couple of seconds to figure out how the black can checkmate the white. Well, congratulations for those who found the answer, and for those who like to enjoy the show, here are the great moves that the black played. In the actual game, the black captured the pawn at f2 with the queen, and this is one of the sacrifice that the black move. So after this, the pawn capture g6, the queen capture f2 pawn, and now the black is winning. And at this position, there is no pieces to block the check, so the king only able to move to h1, or you use the bishop to capture the queen. So if you use the bishop to capture the queen, then you use the rook to attack and capture the bishop and check the king again. So after the rook capture the bishop and check the king, again there's no pieces to prevent the check, and therefore the king need to move to king h1, and lastly the knight will capture the pawn at g3, and this is a checkmate. So after knight takes g3, the king are unable to move, and the game is complete in only 19 moves. And with this, thank you.